Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode on Word Thinkers. If this is your first time, my name is Sibyl, and if you like this type of content, do make sure to hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so you won't miss a video. Also, remember to make sure to check out the pinned comments to see if there's any other videos that was posted today. I'll catch you on those videos. But for this one, we want to talk about the 1.8 that is missing. And so, guys, this is what I just saw on Facebook, I think yesterday, and I wanted to talk about this so that you guys can let me know what you are thinking in the comment section. But as soon as done some investigation on this subject right here, we can get back here and post another video. But for this one, I want to just set the record straight. First of all, it is not wrong to tithe. Like tithing is not the issue. The issue is the deceptive lies and the false promises when it comes to false prophets and false teachers, when they lie to you about giving. Because tithing is not wrong. Like if you pay tithe to the church, the other problem also comes in, it's when they are not accountable and responsible for what they are doing with the money. And as a tithe giver, you are entitled to know, like, where is the money going? Like, what is happening with the money? And we did a particular live stream on Saturday. This past Saturday, we did a live stream. This subject came up.
Tenth is for the poor so that they can also have food. So we tend to see pastors, they drive private jets, they ride in Rolls Royces, they stay in the most expensive estates that we can find. But the Bible talks about giving this to the people who do not have. So it always amazes me when there's people in the church that sleep without food, but there's tithe that is coming in every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It always amazes me when there
Mm-hmm.
is people with no clothes, people with nowhere to stay, and stuff like that. But the tithe, the Bible says that it's so that there will be food in the house of the Lord. In verse number 27, it says that it's for the poor. So the poor people in the house of the, we shouldn't be having poor people. We shouldn't be having people begging for food, most especially in the house of the Lord. But let me tell you something. The pastor is gonna tell the poorest of the poor in the church that if you do not tithe, you'll not go to heaven. Your things will not be good. Your situation will not change or stuff like that. But I believe that tithe is not for the pastor, it's for the poor, and it's for the widows, and it's for the Levites.
And so at the end of the day, yes, tithing is good. But will God be angry with you when you don't tithe? I don't think so. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of fear being injected into you. And so the tithe has become, has in the last days, has find itself having a different definition. You know, these false teachers and false prophets, you know what they do? They change the definition of the word, and then they give it a totally different meaning than what the biblical meaning is, and then they project fear into you. And because you don't know, you are vulnerable. You are left in destruction. You are left thinking that this fear that I'm going to die or something is going to happen to me, and then you just push us to do what you need to do at the end of the day, when you yourself you're finding yourself in a difficult position. They are not there to help you. And the church is God, God, when he made the church, you must read Ephesians. It's beautiful how God puts everything together for each one of us, and he uses a human to illustrate how the church works. So when you look at your body, how it functions, like each and every part of your body need each other. Let me ask you a question. If you want to go to the bathroom and your legs refuse to move, what will happen? Like if your feet tells you that today I'm not walking, you see how you find yourself there. Will you crawl? Because if your hands tell you that I'm not going to move, then how? You see? And like every part of the body need each other. And so that's why tithing and those type of is sensitive subjects at the end of the day. But it's biblical to tithe. So the tithing is not the issue. The issue is the false prophet, the false teacher. It is where you are placing your money in. In whose hands? Is it the biblical church? Those are the questions you ought to ask yourself. Is this a church, or is this an occultic group? Is this foundation of this church been built on the rock Jesus Christ, or is this foundation built on prophet Papa who or whatever? So those are the things you ought to ask yourself whenever you take your hand and put it inside of your pocket, and at the end of the day giving to an occultic system and advancing that occultic. Think about it. You are not only giving money, but you are advancing the darkness and the evil things of Satan by thinking you are giving the money to God. So think about that for a moment, and think about all those things, what your money contributes to evil. Because God never intended to be it in that way. So yes, tithe is biblical. There's no problem in tithing. The problem is, where do you find your money? In whose hands? And so at the end of the day, guys, I just wanted to bring that point out, because I feel like when you read the comments on Facebook, they are blasting Christianity like Christianity is the problem. No, Christianity has nothing to do with that. The plan of God, the will of God is perfect. It's holy, it's righteous. The problem is the false teacher, the false believer, the false prophet, the false convict, the one that disguises himself as an angel of light, but inwardly he's a wolf. So those ones you need to be careful of. And so don't label Christianity with the labels of those false teachers, because we recognize them for who they are. They are false teachers, false prophets, and they are in for the gains of ripping people from their money. And so at the end of the day, guys, don't blast Christianity, because the word still remains truth. The word is absolutely truth. And so at the end of the day, guys, do make sure to rightly discern and use wisdom. Remember, don't let your brain find yourself in the wrong place. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, do make sure to check out the pinned comments to see if there's any other videos posted today, and I'll catch you on those videos. Remember to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Until next time, may God bless you.